Verge. So, Verge right now, one of only 9 cryptos that are globally compliant with the current messaging standards that are required by every financial institution. Almost pretty much a legacy crypto. It's been around so damn long. Actually, there's a lot going for this. But there's a couple big negatives that I want to talk about as well in this video. Now, before I get into it, if you're new here, this spreadsheet shows the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel. In the videos, I showed myself buying up all of these coins. These were cryptos I thought could do very well and make a lot of money. You can see what they were all worth when I recorded my videos. These are the highs these cryptos hit around about 16 months on, and these are what your profits would have been if you'd put $100 into those coins. 100 into each in that time would have made you over 123 grand. Now, the thing is we're in a bull cycle right now. You don't have 60 months to get stuff sorted. If you're not happy with the coins you own or you don't own any, have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with my members, so they know every single coin I own. Whenever I'm looking at buying or selling a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm looking at buying or selling and the price that I'm going to do it at. This means my members get in and out of coins at the same price as me, so they make the same profit, but they don't have any work to do. And if you go onto my site, you'll be able to see the profits my members have made. You'll be able to see some of my past successes as well. These are all public record. You can go into the old videos on this channel and verify them all. If after doing that, you like what you see and you want to hear my daily market updates and you want to find out the coins that I am in, the ones I think are going to be the big winners of this bull cycle, all you've got to do to find out about them is join up on the site, guys. Now, Verge. So Verge has been around for ages. Launched back in 2014. It's privacy-focused crypto and blockchain that seeks to offer a fast, efficient, decentralized payments network that basically improves upon the original Bitcoin blockchain. They've included additional privacy features, which is that they've integrated the anonymity network Tor into its wallet, which is called Verge Pay. This provides the option of sending transactions to stealth addresses. It's a community-driven project. It relies on volunteers and prides itself on being open source. It was actually founded by Justin Valo, who's also known as Justin Vedneto or Sunarock. He's a developer with over 20 years experience in network security and a decade plus in blockchain tech. He first developed the crypto as a fun passion project to empower individuals around the world with a greater sense of privacy. And that's something we do miss out on this day and age. We know governments spy on us. The Snowden revelations showed all of that. Now, this was originally known as Dogecoin Dark. However, they did rebrand because they didn't want to be not associated with Doge. They wanted to distinguish themselves from Doge. It's actually a fork of Peercoin. Now, since getting up and running, they have, like I said, quite recently, they became globally compliant with the messaging standards that are required for every financial institution. That's the ISO 20022 remit, where only 9 cryptos as of right now are compliant. I always forget one, but there's Cardano, XRP, Stellar, Hedera, IOTA, and a few others, right? Verge is one of them as well. Now, what that does mean is if any cryptocurrency or any blockchain was going to actually run a CBDC, they have to be compliant. So that's quite interesting that there are 9. So potentially Verge could be one. I doubt that will happen. Part of the reason for that is they need to have an enormous throughput if you're running a CBDC. This doesn't have the throughput required. Now, in terms of some negatives, so this is the daily average hash rate. As you can see, it's quite the hell away off where it used to be. Even in 2021, the daily hash rate was far, it's terahash, right? But it was far, far higher than it is now. They've had a couple, slight surge in the summer of 2023. I think that is when they got confirmed as being ISO 20022 compliant. But what this tells us is miners are not coming here, or miners have left here. Now, miners go where the money is. So if miners are leaving, that's a sign that miners don't necessarily believe they're going to be making a ton of cash from Verge. That's something to pay attention to. Miners have to go where the money is because they have hardware costs, they have electricity costs every month. They have got to make sure that they're making a profit. Otherwise, what's the point? They're just losing money. So if miners are leaving or miners are going somewhere else, that's worth paying attention to. Now, in terms of usage, the usage is pretty good. I mean, this is, as you can see, there's transactions happening every minute. And you can see, kind of go through and see the rich lists, etc. But, I mean, one wallet has 34%. I presume that's a treasury wallet of some description. Let's have a look. Might be a mining wallet, to be fair. And they've not really added to it since November of last year. Now, Verge do work with a ton of vendors, but it is worth noting none of these vendors are particularly big. This isn't going to this doesn't particularly make me bullish. Like, what you want to see is a big company using Verge. Now, there is a big plus to Verge because of the way that they work, because it's a privacy-based system. It has the potential for vendors to be able to take payments privately. And that's actually a big thing for businesses. Businesses don't want everything on a ledger where their competition can see the transactions that are going through all the time, because then the competition can figure out what the purchases are for and then make competitive products, right? And companies can get undercut with things like that. So Verge has a really good, solid use case in that regard. Now, the downside for Verge really here is, as well, the 2018 high compared to the 2021 high, there's quite a dramatic difference. So it's technically in a downtrend from like bull cycle to bull cycle. So, in 2017, it hit 30 cents. So people did very, very well off of that. If you got in 2016, you've like 10,000 extra money, right? Now, 2021, a lot less. It only managed to peak up to around 7 cents. Now, this bull cycle, it has the potential to break that 2021 high. I don't think there's a chance in hell it gets back to 30 cents, but it could break, in theory, this high here. And what that will come down to is two potential things, right? Number one is, do we see a privacy-based ETF? Because Verge would be one of the ones to be put forward. Yes, Monero is like the most established privacy coin, but also because Verge is compliant with global messaging standards, it's possible that might be preferable option for some institutions. I think that's very unlikely. It would have to have a much larger market cap for there to be enough interest to warrant an ETF. The second thing is speculation around CBDCs or a large company using Verge payments. If we saw either of those two things, we could easily see Verge start having some form of rally. And depending on the company, this could go very, very high. I still think, and also, then volume would rise dramatically, and it may have a shot of getting listed on Coinbase. And if that happens, of course, then it has a pump, and maybe it can hit 10 cents. I think 10 cents is a long way off, and I'm not convinced it's going to do that. I think that's kind of your best case scenario if all those things happen. And again, probability-wise, we've got to be honest. Probability is pretty slim that all those things are going to happen. But as I said, the key thing really here, they've got to nail down some big companies that want to use Verge. If they do that, the potential for success here is very, very large. Now, again, I think for CBDC terms, I don't think there's a chance Verge gets one. But again, even speculation, it doesn't have to be that it gets one. Speculation around the idea that it gets a CBDC would be enough to start moving this once again. But again, a big red flag for it is that it's a privacy coin. Privacy coins aren't well received in Europe. I don't think Trump's administration is going to slam privacy coins, but it wouldn't shock me. And if privacy coins get hammered in the US, then everything, like all privacy coins, are buggered because volume's just going to tank. there'll be delistings, and then it's going to be very hard to buy. So there's a lot of red flags. I think it's a very, very high risk play, but if a couple of things go right, maybe it can get back to 10 cents, especially being a kind of legacy crypto as it is. I am curious to hear how people feel about this. If you're a long-term Verge holder, what are you actually hoping to see this bull cycle? Like, what do you think is the catalyst that can really kick this on to maybe beat its 2021 highs? Because it's not going to beat its 2017 highs. But what do you think the catalyst would be to bring it over the 2021 highs? Let me know what you think about that in the comments. Like, what do you think has to happen? And guys, look, we're in a bull cycle right now. If you're not happy with the performance of your portfolio, or you don't own any cryptos, have a look at copymycrypto.com. That's the site I run where I share my entire portfolio with my members. When I'm ready to buy or sell a crypto, I tell my members the crypto that I'm going to buy or sell and the price that I'm going to buy or sell at. So my members get in and out of coins at the same price as me, meaning they make the same profit. And if you go onto my site, you'll be able to see some of the profits my members have made. You'll be able to see some of my successes. These are all on the history of this channel. You can go onto the old videos on here and verify it all. If after reading through the site, watching the videos, verifying it all, you like what you see, you want to hear my daily updates, and you want to find out the coins that I think are going to be the massive winners of this bull cycle, all you have to do to find out about those coins is join up on the site. And if you do, I'll see you there. Otherwise, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.